Yeah, hello guys. On this video, we're going to be talking about statements in JavaScript. Okay? So, and on our screen here, we have three case study of statements in JavaScript. We have the if, we have the elseif, and we have the else. Okay? The if statement do something if a condition proves true. The elseif performs something if the condition proves false, if the if condition proves false. While the else is just like a fallback that performs something if both the if and the else condition proves false. Okay, so we're going to check this in actual coding to see how it goes, but I just want you to get the point. If does something, else if doesn't work, and else if the if and the else if didn't work. So let's go to actual coding and see how this works. So right here I have my boilerplate ready from the previous work we did. So we want to start by defining some variables, and I'll call this variable number1, and I'm going to give it an integer value of 2, and I'll say variable number2, and I'll give it an integer value of 3. So I want to say if we write our if conditional statement by writing the if first, open by brackets, where some logic. We'll be passing in some logic and parameter is right in the space of that bracket, and we'll open our curly braces, and we'll write the result. So we will create a fallback called the else, and like so. Okay, so I want to create a quick logic that says if number1 is number1 plus number2 is equal to 5, then we would say it should alert or console.log it is correct. But if it's false, we would just want to say it is false. Just a simple result. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead to show this up in Explorer and view in my browser. Okay, so Ctrl+Shift+I for the inspect element 2, and I'm just going to go to console, and I'm seeing it is correct. Okay, so if this condition, if number2 plus number1 and number2 is equals to 5, that's if 2 plus 3 is equals to 5, it is correct. And now if I want to inverse the conditional statement, okay, I didn't talk about it in the operator, so you might go and read that up in the Mozilla NDN website. But if I want to inverse this if statement, I'm just going to add an exclamation here, okay? So if not number1 plus number2 is equal to 5, we would have it is a false answer this time around. So if I reload this up, it is a false, okay? So it's just inverting the initial value, not, okay? This exclamation means not. Okay, so let's check on our else if. So we said if number1 plus number2 is equal to 5, and we want to say if else if number1 plus minus number2 is equal to 5. Okay, so we would say this should be 6. So we'd have a false condition for here, because we say number1 plus number2 is supposed to give us 5. We are deliberately putting 6 here for illustration purpose. Okay, so this would be a false statement, and else if number1 minus number2 is equal to 5, this also would be a false statement. And just right here we'll write our fallback, which is the else, and it says it should say console.log in a string, and we say no answers was correct. I don't know if that's right grammatically, please just forgive my errors. Okay, so let's view that in the browser. So we have no answer was correct. Okay, so what would happen if I change this now? Number1 minus number2, which is 2 minus 3, would give us -1. So if I change this guy to 2 minus 3, which will give us -1, it is false. I'm having it as false right here because this is an else if statement. So I'm just going to change this. It is else if has it. I'm just going to say else if has it. Okay. So now this condition proves false. This condition proves true. It won't even bother to check on the else condition. Okay. And if I change this to 5, okay, and load my page, I'm having it is correct because right now this condition proves true, so it won't bother to check the else if condition or the else condition. Okay, so there's a lot we could do with logical statements like this. We could check for a value. We could define a variable called swear, and we're going to say true. Okay, and we want to check if swear happens, then we want it to say alert swear alert this is correct. Okay, or else we wanted to say this is false. Alert this is false. Okay, so in this regard, we're going to get this is correct as an answer because the if conditional statements or boolean statements returns a true or false value. It returns just a true or false value. And here we define a variable and say swear is equals to true. We are checking if the swear value is equals to true because it will be the first stage of the test, if and else. So if swear variable is equal to true, we have this alert, this is correct, else we'd have alert, this is false. So I'll just save this and go back to my browser to see. So this is correct because we defined the variable here to be true. So what about if we change this to false? If we change this to false, that means if swear is false, and it's going to check if it's true first, which would be a wrong case. We're going to have an else, this is false. Okay, so if I reload this and I have this is false. Okay, so if I want to inverse this right now, so we want to say if it's not false, because swear here is false. If it's not false means it's true, so we would have this and this result. Else means it's false, so we have this result. Okay, so if I load this, I'm going to have this is correct. But actually it's not like it's correct, but what made it correct is because we introduced the exclamation mark, so it inverts the initial state of the value. So hope you learned a 2 or 10 for this from this course, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay.